YouTube? It's the Metal Fab Motorhead here. I got myself a Honda GX Racing tiller. So the backstory on this thing is that we needed to till our yard and garden, basically to put grass down and, put our vegetables in. But we didn't have an engine for it because the old Briggs we had was just a lot of problems. Decided to take this motor off the mini bike, and it is basically sitting there in a bare frame. So I wanted to do a revival on this mini bike and put a new motor on this tiller. This video is not about this tiller, but I want to see if this thing will start up and run and drive itself all the way back to the shop. So let's see how she starts. It's been sitting about probably about 6 months to a year, I'd say. And it's an old Honda motor. She'll fire right up. But let's see. Now it smells like cool. Nice. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to pull this motor off, and I am going to take it and put it on the bench so I can start working on it to put it back in the mini bike. So I got the thing out of the tiller and up here on the workbench. You can see she has seen some better days. This motor, I mean, it's got compression, it's decent, it's dirty, I'll tell you that. Hey. You can see there's mud and grease and crap caked up on here. I also have got the pulley basically on here for the tiller still on it. I could take that off. But I mean, other than that, it's just a GX, I think 160 or whatever. Yes, GX 160. I don't know what year it is. My buddy Pat over at Welding and Wheeling gave it to me a long time ago to basically just beat on. So that was a good gift. Thank you, Pat. And so what I'm going to do to it now is I'm going to beat on even more. So I bought some accessories on Amazon. I bought this. Sweet exhaust. A new tube. That's pretty important to ride. And then this is where it starts getting a little crazy. So, air filter, jets, gaskets, accessories. And then this is where I'm going to be making some horsepower. Ignore the thunder. We've got a thunderstorm going on right now. We've got this racing carburetor for it. I got basically the same exact carburetor on my pit bike. Go see the video for the review on the Chinese engine that I put on that. It's an XR70 with a 125 on it. And it's got the adjustable intake manifold. I've been trying to decide what I wanted to do with this thing for a while, but decided this thing's $20. and I can't build this kit for $20. Eventually, I might try out a cheaper carburetor for it that I bought at one of those Amazon return stores. But anyway, the backstory on this mini bike, which I'll show you now, is it's sitting over here, pretty sad. It is a Manco Streaker, and it has definitely seen some use and abuse. It was like the thing we came home after high school, and on the weekends we just ride and ride and ride and ride and ride. Wouldn't take care of it. Basically, did basic maintenance to it, like an oil change once if we felt like it. So I actually got this mini bike for free from a buddy of mine, a different friend that I got the engine from. And it was a small 2.5 horsepower Tecumseh, or a 3 horsepower Tecumseh. It was a small motor. It was slow. I'm a big guy. I'm like 6'2", 275 pounds. So it was really kind of weak for what we needed. So my buddy, like I said, Pat, gave me this motor, and we've been basically torturing it ever since. And it doesn't seem like that trend is going to stop with the new race mods it's getting. I want to see how it performs with these modifications and accessories and everything. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the most important part. The anti-hurt yourself when the engine explodes aluminum flywheel. And basically it's just a machine flywheel, the cheapest one I found on Amazon. I think overall I spent like $120 on the thing overall. The most expensive part for it was, since we blew out the front wheel on it, or actually it was the back wheel bearings that went, and we made some happen, with the two pieces we had from the rear tire, and then we ended up making the fronts work out with a wheelbarrow tire, and I was tired of that, so I bought this cool front wheel. This was actually the most expensive thing. I think the tube and the tire were like $90 or something like that. So I'm spending some real dollars on this thing. So anyway, I'll show you the teardown, the modifications, and then show you how this thing performs once we do that. I've been draining this tank and trying to take this motor apart because I've been getting kind of antsy with this thing. And I look down in there, I'm like, what the heck is going on inside this tank? So, I don't know if you can see that. It's got wood chips. I think a stink bug. Yeah, you can see it there below the filter. Right there. Yep, stink bug. I don't know how that's possible. So, I don't know what's going on with that. Definitely gonna let this thing drain out all the way, dry up, and it sounds like it might be a tomorrow's problem. It is pouring rain. It is just gross outside, and yeah, like I said, I can't ride this thing anyway because I don't have a front tire. And yeah, I guess I'll either come back out here later or I will see you tomorrow. It's the next day, and gas tank is drained out for the most part. There's a little bit of residual stuff in the bottom, and yeah, I figured I'd continue on with the time lapse and show you guys me installing all the parts here. So hope you guys enjoy. After engine disassembly, you can see this thing is absolutely filthy. I'm going to go outside and basically hose it off with brake clean, just so it's not so horrendous. I know that it's just going to be playing in the dirt no matter what I put this thing on, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but might as well while it's out, give it a nice hose down and clean up. So I'll show you what it looks like after that. So I ran out of brake clean. I used some cheap lubricant from Walmart, basically. It's like a knockoff WD-40, and it looks better than before, but until I get either a can of brake clean or pressure wash it, which is what I'm thinking about doing later when we get the hose turned on. it'll do for now. It'll run, it'll make me happy, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to go to assembly now, and yeah, I'll show you guys the first fire up. So I haven't even tried pulling on this thing yet. Hoping it starts, doesn't run away, something stupid, but just gonna make sure she's at idle. Choke all the way on. Hoping she has spark. Actually, let's check that first, because I'm a little hesitant on this new coil. I mean, it was like $20 or something. So, my spark tester. Hoping she's got good, strong spark. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. She wants to go. I don't know why that spark looks so odd, but I heard it pop, so I think that should be. Oh, doy. Gotta put that on. Probably why now? Trying to blast the heat treating oven I just got. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Looks like I need to adjust the idle up a teeny bit, but it sounds good. It's the next day, and I give you a little update. I didn't do any recording on this because it was not really anything that important, but I hooked up this throttle cable, and I wanted to make sure that that was the right thing because I needed to order it if not. So, but luckily it works good. It's a little bit sticky, but put some lubrication in it overnight, so hopefully that'll, like you can see, it'll get stuck, but it'll go back because it's spring loaded inside the carburetor. But anyway, I'm going to hopefully finish out building this thing today. It shouldn't be very hard. I got to bolt down the motor, put on the clutch. I think the threads need to be fixed on the inside of the crank because it just got cross-threaded or something was wrong with it. But yeah, just some tidying up, and hopefully I'll be able to take this thing for a first ride. So yeah. Oh yeah, this thing is ready to rip. So filled it with oil, put that bushing in, and it is ready to run. So yeah, I'm very excited. I gotta lube this chain up and do a couple little things, but I will show you how this thing goes. It's kind of getting dark, so maybe we'll do a little burnout or something. So we'll the chain up, looking for a little test drive. I had to inflate the back tire because the thing was flat, and then I think it's got to be rejetted, but the thing is ridiculously fast. I want to wrap up tonight, but I can't wrap up without doing a nice little burnout. We'll see how this looks on camera. I think I got something cool for you. Alright, it's the next day. Did that nice little burnout last night. And yeah, it runs okay. It needs definitely some tuning work. So it starts and runs and idles, and it'll move, but it only really likes to move under choke. So that's a good indication that it needs a richer idle screw. So So after riding this thing for, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, something like that, I rejetted it to a 125 jet from a 88, and man, it is way better. It is like no bogs, no hesitations, nothing. So I'm really happy with it for a free mini bike, a free motor, and I don't know, a little less than $200 worth of parts. This thing's back going again, and it is a lot of fun. To be honest, I mean, after riding like an XR70 or something like that, this thing is definitely not as capable. It can, you know, it's rough riding. It's definitely not the, it's definitely not a pit bike, but it is definitely as fun or more fun than this, you know, than the XR70. So anyway, I'll leave you off with this picture of this mini bike, basically. And yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, machining, welding, you know, mini stuff, tractor pulling, antiques, anything like that, give me a like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.